Making sure that I have enough space in between me and the other cars just so I can make sure that I don't slide off the road. This is the result of 2 possible hate crimes that happened right here in downtown East Lansing, from goodie bags to coffee mug sleeves and even this missing persons poster right here. The tire is in the pothole. Take your foot off the brake and let your car do the rest. You can bring over non-perishable items like these canned goods right here. Yeah, Drummer Siobhan, as you can see right behind me, I'm also gonna move out of the way just so that you can see the line of people. Hail Victory, a prominent slogan used by white supremacists. Stickers with it are plastered across the park here in Howell.
Why are you throwing around slurs for black people?
I can do whatever I want, Nick. Get a job.
The Saturday before Christmas and on the 6th day of Hanukkah, a group of men rallied in downtown Brighton, holding swastika flags and spewing hatred for all to witness.
Screaming the N-word and the F slur at people. They were Heiling Hitler. They had signs that said Jews and Heil Hitler.
John, a Brighton resident, says he pulled out his phone to confront the men.
Is that it? There's just 5?
Afterwards, John says the group stood in front of the Brighton Veteran Memorial and did a Hitler salute, something he calls disgraceful.
These people fought in World War II against what these men stood for. And as far as I'm concerned, they came over here and they disrespected and desecrated every single veteran who laid down their lives for their freedom of speech.
While Christmas shopping with his family, Ruben, a Livingston County resident, says he saw the group and approached them.
And I said, I'm Jewish. What do you think about me in Livingston County? And they said, get the F out of here. And as a Jewish family, my mother and my sister are already talking about fleeing Livingston County, and I do not blame them whatsoever.
John says the incident last Saturday is a prime example of a form of recruitment and urges citizens to fight against it.
This is a recruitment campaign to come after your children and to teach your children to be as hateful as they are.
It is happening in your own town, in your own neighborhood. I am your neighbor.
Brooke Tao and Sailor Moon Vong are living their worst nightmare. They say they haven't seen husband and father Ali Vong in a month after they say he was taken by the Department of Homeland Security.
Oh, we went that day on November 5th to update his paperwork with his attorneys. They took him then. They just didn't get him back then.
Tao says her husband is currently being held at the North Lake Processing Center in Baldwin and says he suffers from hypertension and relies on his daily medication.
I have my husband's medication. Can I give it to you? Because he needs it. And I was told that no, they have their own medical teams. And I said, well, has he been seen by someone? And they go, we don't know. But come to find out, he hasn't been getting his medications.
While being detained, Tao says Vong showed signs of high blood pressure and was taken to the ER, where she says she later learned the reason behind his visit.
They gave him a different pill, which is lisinopril, and he's allergic to that pill. It's been documented in his medical records.
Tao says her husband got his green card revoked back in 1997 after being charged as an accessory to a robbery he didn't commit. Year after year, Tao says her husband kept applying for a green card but kept getting denied. Tao says his absence has left a heavy emotional toll on her family and hopes Michiganders will show compassion to their fellow neighbor.
Just because it's not happening to you, or you don't see it happening and you see it on the news.
Well, a math teacher at Grand Ledge, facing her biggest challenge yet, and it's not preparing her students for the SATs.
She's preparing herself to throw a football into a target from 15 yards away at Spartan Stadium this weekend.
Our Taryn Simmons spoke to that teacher, and she's here for you now with what she's ready to do to win a $1 million reward. Taryn.
Yeah, Drummer Siobhan, I spoke to Grand Ledge High School teacher Katie Weston, who says she's been practicing her throwing skills since last week and says if she were to win $1 million, she'd share the wealth with her fellow colleagues.
This is your C value. This is what's being subtracted from X.
Inside of the classroom, Katie Weston is like any other high school AP pre-calculus teacher, but outside the classroom, Weston is preparing for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. to throw a football into a target from 15 yards in front of thousands of fans in Spartan Stadium.
I had been nominated and selected for the Eckrich Meets Teacher of the Year. That meant that I had the opportunity on Saturday, October 25th at the Michigan State game to throw for $1 million.
Weston says she gets 2 tries. The first throw is from 15 yards, and if she hits her target, she takes home $1 million. But if she misses,
We'd bump up to 10 yards. That throw would be for $10,000.
as Weston slowly adjusts to her throwing skills, she's grown quite the fan club.
It's coming from your back leg and hips, so you want to
She's also gotten some help from her coaches.
I normally stay after class and I show her like how to hold the ball and the motions of throwing a football, like loading your back leg and making sure everything's fluent and smooth.
11th grader Logan Carrier is a fan of U of M, but that doesn't stop him from teaching his math teacher the basics.
I hold up the net and she throws the football to it and I normally correct her.
As a Spartan through and through, Weston says she's blown away from the support she's received from her Grand Ledge family.
Students who I don't even have in class are coming up and wishing me luck.
You can catch Miss Weston at the Michigan versus Michigan State game tomorrow at Spartan Stadium. Siobhan Jorma, back to you.
We came here because my dad wanted to further his studies and teach.
Monica Haladina immigrated from Mexico to the U.S. over 30 years ago. And although she's a legal citizen and a proud Michigander, she fears that won't matter to federal agents.
Even if we have documents or if we have our everything in order, anyone can just come and take us.
Because of the mass ICE raids surging throughout the country, she keeps extra forms of identification on her.
My passport, I carry this at all times, and my kid's passport too.
Ali Haider, who immigrated from Pakistan in 2007, says he too keeps legal documents on him as well.
But what kind of life is that where you have to live in fear and carry your passport and your global entry cards all the time in you? I've been here for like 18 years, almost 2 decades. I have never done it before.
Haider says he supports President Donald Trump and ICE, but he doesn't agree with how federal agents handled the situation in Minneapolis.
If she tried to hit the officer or hit the officer, that's a different debate. If she did, she should have been arrested and prosecuted. But I don't believe that any U.S. citizen should be shot and killed.
Sheriff Chris Swanson agrees. He called the incident tragic but predictable.
There was a better way. And I understand vehicles can be used as a weapon. I get that. But you better be really correct and true that vehicle's coming at you and not trying to get out of the situation. We don't shoot at fleeing vehicles.
As ICE raids continue across the country and even here in Michigan, Haladina says she worries for the future.
I feel like a sitting duck, because I don't know what's going to happen, if anybody's going to try to do anything to us.